Well, here you go. My canoes have a thing about losing their heads. Hello there. How you doing, Twiggy? Don't lose your head. Soak it up, babe. Soak it up. I know you need the water. I'm not letting her dry out anymore. Yep, that's the kind of day it's been today. Except for some wonderful grinding and some big moves on the gunnels, trimming them down. This, of course, is the story of the day. A gaping hole in the bow. But you know what? Honestly, that's well above waterline. That actually was the secondary canoe. I mean, that was the emergency. You know, if I have to, I can cut it down to that. That's actually a canoe there still. Believe it or not, it just wouldn't take the big waves up front right now. And you could easily spin her around and not even worry about that. But that said, we're going to put that prow back together because she's beautiful, and you know, there's no getting around it. She was an epoxy queen. I mean, I had to do all these cracks as you know from the past, and you can see them. I did a very sloppy job. Just mudded some sawdust and epoxy together and crammed it into as many cracks as I could, and and filled the ends very sloppily with like a fiberglass resin. And anyway, that's trimming out nice on both ends. And as you can see, this is a little thick in here, but it's really not as thick as it looks. This is actual the thickness, and this is the bow, mind you. And I like to have at least 3 inches in the bow. 3 or 4 is fine with me, and that's where we're at. So that's really actually on the money. Believe it or not, as you turn the corner here, it thins out to about 2 inches or less right away, right here. So yeah, there's not much canoe there, believe it or not. The sides are rather thin all the way down now. So I'm going to work on the bottom. Hopefully, I'm guessing tomorrow. I don't know. I can't stop on the gunnels. The gunnels are looking good though. As you can see, they're really trimmed out. I'm getting trimmer yet, and it's kind of hard to see the markings that I have on them, but you might see some of the shading looking down there like that. I'm just pretty impressed with how the gunnels are coming out on this thing. Actually, they're fairly level now, more so than they've been the whole time. I'm still working on it, but I just decided to pull them down. I'm going to pull them down even more. There are a lot of things going on here. I might not have a lip of any sort on the outside. It may be smooth going down after all. It's just how it's working out, and that's certainly fine. You don't need the lip, and whatever you got either way. And it's going to be just a little bit lower, but that's not a deal. She's got a lot. She's got a lot of freeboard, man. And I mean, those sides are tall. They could come down, you know, a full 6 inches probably if we wanted. But you can't because of the knots on this thing. So the knots, I'm telling you, I looked at this tree so many times before we even got going, because I had to know what lined up with what. And you can see, especially on this side, the gunnels. I mean, you got that one on top of the gunnel in the back there. Then you got several underneath, one right on it, right in the middle there, and one right smack on the gunnel, no matter what, up front there. And so that determines how thick it is. If we're going to have some sort of a cutout, a flare like I have it, I had to work, and this knot here is troublesome. And you see how close it is between that one and that next one, right in there is what I'm trying to work with. So the lip may not even come to be, And that's just fine because I'm just feeling like that. That's what the canoe is telling me here. We're trimming. We're trimming it all the way down, and we're pulling down to that rough line that you might be able to see there. But I got to take another look at it, and I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna go do one side, and probably this one first, and then match the other one with the level, and make sure we get it right because then we're going to flip it and flatten that bottom. It's going to look a little funky for a second, but we'll get that fixed, and she'll be just about done. I'll just go inside and clean her up, oh yeah, maybe put her head back on. Noddy's going to love this story, man. The canoes will meet up again. Well, they've never met, so when they meet, Noddy will find out about this, and they'll laugh. Noddy has a habit of losing her head. It's a dugout canoe thing. They're jokesters, pranksters, these dugout canoes. Love is here. Canoe, canoe.